Shalom. Let's start out by giving all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakach Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. This is Thamayim in Atlanta, and earlier today there was the killing of a Hamas chief in the country of Iran, and it's causing some commotion. So I've got this Reuters article pulled up and just wanted to look into it pretty quick. And it says, killing of Hamas chief in Iran stirs fears of retaliation. And as we know, Iran's been struck by either the U.S., which is Babylon, or by Israel multiple times, and they have done very little about it. I guess it was about 6 months, maybe a whole year ago, where they did a drone strike on Israel in retaliation for them killing one of their leaders, and it was more of a showing that they can retaliate than actually retaliating with force and with violence. But they did penetrate the Iron Dome, which people hadn't seen before, and basically they made it known that they do have power and that they do have a way to hurt Israel if it came down to it. But as of yet, we haven't seen a full force retaliation from Iran. And this new strike is something to keep an eye out on, something to keep a watch on, because they're going to have to retaliate at some point. And so, moving on into the article, it says Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated in the Iranian capital Tehran early on Wednesday morning, an attack that drew threats of revenge on Israel and fueled further concern that the conflict in Gaza was turning into a wider Middle East war. And this Gaza conflict, it really is turning into a wider war. The outrage against it is actually uniting the so-called Arab world or Middle Eastern world, Western Asian world. But they're actually uniting. They're getting past the Sunni and Shiite divisions, and they're trying to unite to go against Israel and go against the U.S. It says the Palestinian Islamist militant group in Iran's Revolutionary Guards confirmed Haniyeh's death. The guards said it took place hours after he attended a swearing-in ceremony for Iran's new president. And we just saw a clip of that video in which they were chanting, doing the chants about U.S. and about Israel. I'll leave that up to your imagination. But they were saying down with both of those places. Salakia. Oh, these ads. It says, although the strike on Haniyeh was widely assumed to have been carried out by Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government made no claim of responsibility and said it would make no comment on the killing. Haniyeh was killed by a missile that hit him directly in a state guest house where he was staying. Khalil al-Hayya, a senior Hamas official, told a news conference in Tehran, quoting witnesses who were with Haniyeh, "Now we are waiting for the full investigation from the Iranian brothers," al-Hayya said. And so that was they got caught slipping, letting that hit in the state house like that. That shows really good intel on the Israeli part if they did do it, which they most likely did it. They're at war with Hamas, and they're trying to take out all of their leadership. So, yeah, they probably most likely did do it. And we know that this World War III is going to be instigated by Amalek. And so right here we have Jeremiah 49 and verse 20. It says, "Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that he hath taken against Edom," Edom being those so-called small hatters over there in the land of Israel, as well as the rest of so-called Caucasia, or the people that go by white people. That's Edom. Those are the Edomites, the Idumeans of the scriptures, the ones that the Lord hates. And it says that he hath taken against Edom in his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. The least of the flock being the Amalekites, those small hatters that are there in the land of Israel. Amalek, or Amalekites, being the head tribe of the whole nation of Edom. It says, surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. Because it's this World War III, that's going to spark off, and it's going to be the complete and total downfall of the Edomites. And all the power structure that they have set up, all of their weaponry and technology, it's all going to fade away with this World War III that's coming. Yahweh Shah is going to come back, and he's coming directly for Edom, and he's going to fire from his chariots, and there will be fire from the nuclear missiles as well. And this is all going to take out their power structure, take them out, and the remnant of Edom will be in chains, which will most likely be their elite. And from there, they'll go into slavery for 1,000 years, and then after that 1,000-year period is up, they will be done away with. They will be erased, just as their chants claim to, or that they say about these different Middle Eastern countries. They're always saying erase it, but they're the ones that will actually be erased. Let's go into 2nd Esdras, I believe it's 15. Because the Arab world, they've been taking it on the chin, but eventually they're going to unite together and attack. It's 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 28. It says, "Behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east," over there in the Middle East. It says, "Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots." So these different Arab countries, you got Egypt, you got Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, or Turkey, so on and so forth. They're all going to unite together and go after the West. And it says, "And the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble." And the Edomites are already trembling about this. They see it. They see that this is causing the Arab world to unite. And the Arab world's primarily of Ishmael, but Arab means mixed, so you're going to have some Elamites in there and some other nations in there as well. It says, "Also the Carmanians being the Iranians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians," that being the Edomites. "And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature," and their nature is a wild nature. Ishmael is described as being a wild man. And it says, "And if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then these shall be troubled, bled, and keep silence through the power, and shall flee. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them, and consume some of them, and in their hosts shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. And so this World War III is closer than we even believe. We still have to have the MOTB actually be pushed and made mandatory. But once that happens, this war is going to go full on war. And after that, the return of Yahweh Shai, and then the kingdom. And so, Lord willing, that was edifying. Hope that's something you'll keep an eye on over there in Western Asia. And I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ruach. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of Israel. Shalom.